Thing. Let us start with this. Now the program is streamlined. So let us start with this prayer. So before we start, we have a very happy news to be announced. Our Dr. Manila Carvalho, our General Convener Academics, she recently awarded a PhD for the study of academic adjustment and parental pressure on mental health of adolescents. Congratulations, Manila ma'am. Now I invite, let us officially start the program. Now I invite Sally ma'am to welcome our chief guest, Dr. Suman. Ma'am, please.
Thank you, Dr. Sreesan, and good evening, everybody, to yet another program by CEIR, Saturday at 5 o'clock. So, as you all know, we have been talking of this pandemic, and it's like a never-ending saga, and it has brought a complex array of challenges, which had mental health repercussions for everybody, including children and adolescents, grief, fear, uncertainty, social isolation, everything increase the increased screen time, and of course fatigue. The parental fatigue, I should say, the teacher fatigue, educator fatigue, and it has negatively affected the mental health of children, and it has caused so much worry, stress, grief. In fact, I think many of the educators who have started school physically must have really understood what this is about, because we are not able to tackle the children when they come to the classroom. They are lost, most of them, for not everybody, but yes, of course, most of them. And today we are here to talk about the mental wellness of the children, the educators, and everybody around. What was the impact, and how we as educators can retrieve that fact? And today for that, I have here Dr. Suman, um, Dr. Suman CPS, who is an MBBS MS Ortho, a fellow in orthoscopy and joint replacement surgery. He has a fellow in anthroplasty. Am I right, doctor? Right, and arthroscopy. And he's a dynamic orthopedic surgeon who returned 7 years back from UK and has made his mark in the city of Coimbatore. It is a pleasure to have you here, because a doctor with over 16 years in the field of orthopedics, and he also performs joint replacement surgeries, invasive keyhole or arthroscopic surgery for ligament tears, and all complex advanced trauma surgeries for fractures. His degrees are quite longer than his name, with lot of uh, MS Ortho, MRCS, MCH Ortho, PDGM, fellow from Mumbai and fellow from Korea. But what I would like to appreciate is that apart from his domestic patients, he's also also operates on medical tourist patients from Oman, Nigeria, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, Tanzania, Middle East. And more than that, I think he's an excellent speaker, a debater, a poet, a singer, a writer, and also a public speaking figure. And on the social front, Dr. Suman organizes weekly camps around 200-kilometer radius around Coimbatore. He has also given power talks on health, fitness, and time management to students, software professionals, and religious organizations. On the academic front, he has got won the gold medal winner as the best outgoing student in MS Orthopedics, and he's won many gold and silver medals. I think we can maybe see that on his background where he's sitting. In spite of having worked in many countries abroad, his heart is always keen to come back to Coimbatore, and he has been bestowed the Doctor of Excellence Award by KG Foundation, Young Wasavian Excellence Award, Navayuva Award for medical category. He has performed many complex joint replacement surgeries, and I think the the list goes on and on and on. So we are so happy to have you here to talk on this very important topic where the teachers, educators, the children are all talking about, because we as educators we know that sound mental health is very important as physical health for achieving developmental milestones, because that is what helps children with their emotional well-being and social skills. I think I will not take much of your time, and over to you, Dr. Suman. Thank you for coming in the show, and hope we can have a wonderful session with you. Over to you.
Thank you, madam, for the wonderful introduction, and of course, thank you for the opportunity. And it was a nice long introduction. The part about excellent speaker, I leave it to all the teachers to judge about me over the next 30-40 minutes. Okay. And before I start my presentation, I thank 8 other doctors who helped me with this presentation. Yesterday evening, I had a cup of coffee with my colleagues. I mean, I work in a multi-specialty hospital. One psychiatrist, hepatologist, one vascular surgeon, gastro, like that. So I told them, this is the topic I'm given. What do you think? And they all gave me inputs. And yesterday night, I made it into a slideshow. So I hope, I mean, if it is a thanks, it's a thanks for my team. All right. So with this short intro, I'd like to start my presentation. Is this PPT visible, please?
Yes, now it's fine.
Okay, all right. Thank you. Okay, I was asked to talk about the psychological challenges in the school-going child, but I said, let me add the physical challenges also, because this is a practical culmination of what we saw in our clinic in the last 6 months. Like I said, few of us consultants, and how we are facing it and what you should look for. So we all know what is health. For a good health, we need sleep, stress-free environment, diet should be good, exercise should be perfect. And before I start the actual talk, you can trust us on this, and please vaccinate your children as per government guidelines. It makes a huge difference. For example, there are 260 employees in our hospital, including us consultants, junior doctors, nurses. We did our own study. We asked them all to provide the family details about themselves, their spouses, and their kids. We found over time vaccination made a huge difference, including for the children. So please note that. So we all know the WHO definition, the World Health Organization. Health is a state of physical, mental, and social well-being. This is something taught in my 7th standard. That's why I changed the topic from psychological to also physical. As an orthopedic surgeon, my first thing is injuries. Over time, what I've seen is children who have returned back to schools and their sports, the number of injuries have risen threefold. For example, let us consider we adults going to the gym. We go do our biceps, triceps, lifting weights, the muscle develops a lot, right? But over time, if we stop going to the gym, the muscles go wasted. So the same has happened to our children who have stopped going outside the house, because either the parents are paranoid or truly because the COVID scenario was very bad in the last 2.5 years for them. That's one point. Number 2, children have immature bones which are growing over time. So they lose their proprioception, the sense of balance. And yes, of course, the mind is quite immature, right? That's the reason, because of a sudden push into sports, the number of fractures, pediatric fractures I call it, has gone for an increase. Number 2, the PT master, I feel, is the most important part of a school, because he takes care of the health of the children. Suddenly, after 2.5 years, without insufficient training or insufficient rest, these children do abnormal activities or exercises, causing increase in fractures. I used to see only 3 to 5 fractures a week in children. In the last 6 months, I am seeing more than 10 to 15 fractures in children every week, which is quite a huge rise. So forewarned is forearmed. I suggest all the children be trained in a perfect way by the pet teachers. And this is number 2. This child was brought to me last week. Look at the wonderful way the friends, this splinting, you know, with the native bamboo and this bandage was done by the children of a school, his mates. I was truly impressed. I said, I'm going to come for a talk to the school once because I mean, this is something which everybody has to learn. You teachers and me, we are all in that 40-50 gang. So like when we were school children, we knew only about cotton and tincture or spirit or Dettol. That's all, right? But children now need to know some things like how to splint their limbs, how to identify what is a fracture, and whether a child is in a serious injury or a simple injury, and small things like that. I had the opportunity to address the children of Kikani Global School on the same narrative under the guidance of Shalini Madam a few weeks back. 3, even last week I operated on a child. Okay, she is 12.5 years old. What has happened? By birth, she had a limb length discrepancy. That is, one leg was 1 centimeter longer than the other. They were watching it continuously over time. They are very educated parents, believe me, all PhDs, etc. So what happened in these 3 years? Suddenly they forgot to check. They didn't go to the doctor. Again, same paranoid, COVID, etc. The 1 centimeter difference became 4.5 centimeter. And the child was practically, poor girl. She was limping, having back pain because of the leg length discrepancy was high. So then I had to operate and get it ready. Okay, fine. So we had to restrict the height of the one leg so that the opposite side keeps up. My point is, children are prone for deformities of the leg by birth or acquired due to, you know, a simple calcium and vitamin D deficiency can cause bending of the knees or the bending of the hip or the back. So what I mean is, as teachers, you'll be seeing the child every day. If you feel some child, the deformity is increasing more, then even the child himself can stand in front of a mirror and identify it. If the deformity is increasing, it is an urgent call that they have to visit a doctor. It's a simple point. With simple, let us say a child has a deformity of the knee. Out of 100 cases, 95 to 97 need only some splints and stretching exercises. Only 3% need true surgeries, like this girl I operated on. So once again, forewarned is forearmed. And just for fun, we all know this. We've all gone through enough classes, and even now we are having a class online. Okay, just for fun. But let us not create couch potatoes anymore. And as a part of the 70s and 80s King gang, I am very proud to say that we didn't have much exposure to technology or the TV or anything which is screen made, right? So now we have to change everything. Children have to be less dependent on technology. This was not told by me. I hope all of you know who is Mr. Sridhar Vembu. He gave a fantastic orientation session for a group called Young Indians, in which I am a parallel head at Coimbatore. Sridhar Vembu is one of the top 55 Indian billionaires, Asian billionaires, I'm sorry, and the founder of Zoho. All technology-based colleges have this thing. If somebody builds a good if somebody builds a good robo, or what do you call something which flies in the air, or a helicopter or a drone, they are considered intelligent. But Mr. Vembu said, anybody who can repair a remote, anybody who can take care of the daily things, electronics or otherwise, he is a true genius. How many drones? If everybody is going to create a drone, where's the world coming to, right? So what we need is going back to basics. Technology will not solve the problem. Children have to go back to their health, virtues, values, and going back to work. My wife is a medical gastroenterologist and a obesity specialist. All right. So once again, the number of children who have gained weight disproportionately, she is seeing a 4-fold increase in the last 6 to 8 months. I think you all know the reason. Arrested at home, parents cooking and giving, grandmothers who are very fond of the children, making them eat a lot. And because of this, children have started getting back pain and knee pain also. So both wife and husband, herself and myself, we have benefited out of this. Just a joke. Okay, fine. So the stomach is not a garbage can. A child should eat only 3 meals plus 1 bar 2 snacks as required. The same goes for an adult too. This is a very interesting clock which one of my friends sent me in the group. So just for fun. But the gut also needs time to cleanse itself. You take any religion, let's say Muslims have Ramadan, Hindus have Ekadashi and other thing. Christians have the Lent period. It's a fasting period to cleanse your gut. This cleansing period needs to be there throughout the day. Let us say someone eats at 8 o'clock. We need to give a gap and eat lunch only at 1 or 1:30 with a small snack SOS in between. That period of transition for the intestines is very important. The intestines are called the third brain. Actually, the third brain needs rest also. Don't feed it again and again and cause obesity. Okay. And how to eat? This is a huge thing. Okay. An obese person will have a fantastic dinner, whether a child or an adult. The rule is the same. Okay. A healthy person will eat a heavy breakfast and a dinner like a pauper. There's a saying, breakfast like a king, lunch like a prince, and dinner like a pauper. This holds good for all ages from 5 years of age, not for children below 5. Okay. So entertain your children, not to have pizza at dinner. Let them eat only fruits. This is how a real pharmacy, of course, this is not our hospital pharmacy, just putting it. Okay. People, when I give for a lot, I go for at least 15 to 17 talks a month. People ask me which vegetable, which fruit gives maximum for my child, etc. I get questions like that. The first point is mix and match. Your child does not need to diet or lose weight or anything, right? Let him exercise. Let him eat all of this in varying proportions. Let him learn to love all of this in varying proportions. There is no true food which is going to give him something great, unless he has a disease. But I understand there are some teachers from North India also. Always in my speech, I tell what is the difference between North and South Indians. They say chawal versus roti. That's not the answer I wanted. I wanted this one, dry fruits. Okay. I have a lot of Marwadi friends back here in Coimbatore. I see them grow taller and stronger than me over time. I realize it's because of the dry fruits they eat. Okay. So children don't as such have great problems like cholesterol, etc. Have entertained the children to have a dry fruit jar. Tell their parents. I'm sure you all have PTA meetings. Let them have this dry fruit jar. In Tamil we call this one jan. This hand is called as one jan or 1 feet. Okay. For the child, that small thing is his own feet. So let him dip his whole hand inside a dry fruit jar and pick up and eat. Solves most of the problems during adulthood. Now, like I said, I have many cardiologist friends. 3 of them in my own hospital and outside. I used to work in a corporate hospital up to 2018 and then shifted to this multi-specialty center. The incidence of cardiac diseases is going up in children. Okay. Or let us come to adults. 3 generations back, people above 60 got heart attack. 2 generations back, it was 50 plus. Last generation was 40 plus. Our generation is making it 30 plus. Also, out of 20 heart attacks, 1 or 2 is happening in people below 25 years, which includes children, technically. So that is because of the poor habits, the junk food, etc. I remember the time I had to beg my mother for 1 rupee to buy a samosa when I was around 6th standard or so. What do you call it? 2nd standard or 3rd standard or something like that. But now samosas, French fries, everything are made at home. So at least in school, do not entertain junk food to be given. Okay. For example, I'm very proud, not in my son's school, but in my daughter's school in Coimbatore, Maggi noodles is not allowed. She cried. I said, no, your school is right. I'm so happy about it. And I wrote a congratulatory email to the principal herself. Okay. Try to allow only health food to be brought for lunch to school. That will make a huge difference. This lesson is from my daughter's school, not my own idea. Okay. Just for fun, 2 friends who used to discuss their report cards are now discussing their cholesterol and sugar values. So this is how our children or we ourselves as adults will become if we don't take care of our health. Okay. Now, let's go back to this COVID. We all know what COVID is and everything comes by air. We need to wear masks and things like that. But if you really properly research, COVID is also a fomite-borne disease. Fomite means touching objects. Let's say somebody sneezed on a table. You accidentally touch your hand on the table and put it on your nose. You can get COVID. That's called fomite transmission, right? So our basic rules of thumb of cleanliness, wash your hands before eating, keep your shoes outside the house, wash the socks daily, don't touch them before eating, and exercise, and those kind of things. This, not only COVID, will stop all diseases. 90% of common cold or COVID or gastroenteritis, which is food poisoning, is due to poor cleanliness. As simple as that. And coming to sanitizer, we did get a few cases of sanitizer induced gastritis. Children especially, or teenagers, before eating, they'll put a huge load of sanitizer in the hand and then take the food and eat. They think sanitizer wipes away everything. No, it's the other way around. Only washing hand and using a soap makes a difference. So if you have used a sanitizer, the child has to wash the hands and eat. So COVID is almost coming down. Please do not keep sanitizers in the schools. When I go for a couple of, when I went in Coimbatore for a couple of schools for a talk, there were sanitizer stands even there still. I suggested to them, just remove it and ask your children to wash their hands. As simple as that. And I always call this the Obama effect because, it's for yoga basically. Exercise is a must, okay? Barack Obama, one of the presidents I adored, I think 3 terms back, right? He made all his staff in the White House do yoga twice a week and exercise aerobics twice a week, 4 times. If there are any teachers from out of the country, I'm sure they'll agree to my say, okay? But of course, when the presidency changed, I don't think Trump himself could do it, so he left it. So let's leave it at that. Okay. So exercise. I am a sports injury specialist. I see teenagers with torn ligaments, etc., because of poor training like that. Okay. Now, if we compel exercise into that curriculum, over time it will become that passion and almost an obsession, right? You see marathon runners, it's like taking a heroin. They can't keep running every day. They have to run. So exercise, just like academics, has to become a part of their life. The reason I'm emphasizing is, look at this chart. This holds good for both children and for adults. There is a concept called peak bone mass. At the age of 25 years, look at the peak, right? For the men and the women. At the peak of 25 years, roughly, okay, I'm sorry, it's a little skewed. It has to be 25. Every human being is supposed to have the maximum bone strength. Okay. There are 206 bones in the body. That strength is maximum at the age of 25, which means a child who exercised well in his teenage years, the peak goes further up and up. Okay. I hope you understood the point. From this peak, it is fate, it is karma that this, this bone strength has to come down further and further, especially in the female child or female teenager, whatever you call. Okay. Now, so if we exercise well here, we get a peak better. So we are creating better citizens for the future. Okay, you may think, okay, as an orthopedic surgeon, this doctor is telling importance of bone, right? Let me tell you something. All of you know what is osteoporosis, hunched back, right? Hunched back is something which comes in many people after 40 years. It has been proven people with a hunched back have 6 times more chances of a heart attack or a chronic lung disease. So that I'm starting from the bone and going on to the lung and the heart. Okay. So young age is the right age to trap them into fitness and health. And obviously a healthy body creates a healthy mind. A healthy mind makes a child more brilliant. That's the way it is. Okay. I used to work in the United Kingdom in Dundee, Scotland. There were 6 schools affiliated to my hospital, which is called Ninewells Hospital. It was a compulsion that a team of orthopedic surgeons visit and give health lectures and also evaluate the children's exercise performance over there. This is about Scotland. I don't know about the true Britain actually. Where I work, this used to happen. And that was the importance the schools gave for exercise and health and fitness. So what exercise? The answer is cross training, right? A child is still learning which sport he can become better. Don't stop him or her. Let them do everything from football to volleyball to cricket to running to weights. Everything improves. The whole of our body is made up of agonistic muscles and antagonistic muscles. Our muscles are made up of fast type muscles and slow type muscles. I'm sorry. if the child does different type of sports, all the different muscles will grow and develop, and that is the point. Okay, so when they are 20, everything grows. Then they pick up. After 15, they can pick up the sport they love. This was proven and told by my two bosses, Dr. William Haddon and Dr. Robert too, with whom I work, and Dr. Nandakishore Lad. He's a Padma Shri who operated on Prime Minister Vajpayee. I worked with him in Breach Candy Hospital, Mumbai. And Akio Morita, the founder of Sony, even during World War II, when Japan was battered by the nuclear bomb, he used to exercise while founding the Sony International.
1 second. Hello. Please mute all.
All right.
Sorry for. Now we can unmute from our end. Yeah,
yes, I've done it. Okay. Now I said even in medical meetings this happens, no issues. So, okay, even you talk to these guys have told over time that start fitness early in their speeches. I've heard it. Now coming to the mental health part, my last 7 minutes of my presentation. We all know that man is not an islander by himself. He is a social animal. Okay. The first enemy for, the first, manure for any disease is loneliness. Children have to be with children of them. What they call birds of the same feather flock together. Unfortunately, during the COVID time, children were forced to be stuck with their elders more amount of time or with their servants, which changed their mental perspective. The way they talk, the way they behave. There was a PTA meeting of my son's school which I attended, and some teachers complained your grooming of your child is not good. And then we found out, we had a camp and we found out it was not the grooming of the child. The child was spending more time with the servants. The way they were sitting, the way they were eating, it all started changing. All right. I'm not putting that class down, but we need to have sophistication in life. That's what I mean. Number two, children are having difficulty meeting new teachers or new friends who are coming to the school. Okay, because they have lost this concept of socialization. Old friends were never an issue. If you note and see perfectly, they're refusing to make new friends. That has been found out. Like I said, there was a psychiatrist yesterday with me having coffee yesterday evening or tea, whatever, and he was the one who pointed this out to me. Okay, and three, eye contact. Unfortunately, for some reason, the amount of ADHD cases, attention deficit hyperactive disorder, has gone up. Okay, children are frustrated, they are angry, but at the same time they are withdrawn. It's like a bipolar condition. They're either too active at situations or too withdrawn at situations. If you see, in both these situations, they'll avoid eye contact. Even normal children who are typically normal with a normal brain development, they are refusing eye contact. The only way is toning them down, going down to the level, calming down and talk. Okay, become a child when we talk to them, and that will be the answer. The child will automatically turn to us. That's a saying, right? If you have to milk a cow, then only you'll get the milk. Or if you have to sing to a parrot, then only it will sing back to you. Same way, each child is a cow or a parrot or something like that. You have to go down to that level, and then they will start interacting with us and learning from us. There is a huge increase in the fear factor. Okay. Once again, I don't know who did this survey. It came in one of my medical groups. The fear for dogs has increased in the children. Street dogs. Children. I don't remember myself being ever scared of street dogs even as a child. I'll just shout, throw sticks or something like that. But over this time, children are scared to go on the road alone, just in front of their own house also. This fear factor has gone up, and they need to be reassured, and confidence has to be instigated into them. Okay, and like I said, adult-like behavior, because of the movement with different people, it has come up. Children have to be children. We have to make them socialize to their norms only and not to ours. This, I'm sorry, some of them it's in Tamil, but I'll tell you what it is. Okay, old people or many people are known to put the Sudoku, right? The child's brain need to be activated away from technology to things like this. Okay, a memory game. Let us say you keep 10 objects or 20 objects and tell them to write the maximum number of things, or put up a list of numbers and ask them to jot down the maximum numbers they can. Or a game like chess, or a skillful game like carom. Even though it is indoor, it makes a difference. Entertain them to do these kind of things, it will be better. Try to avoid online classes. It has now become a trend. Suddenly some speaker is coming, even for children they want us to address. I have started refusing online classes for children or college students, etc. I insist that I go there and speak to them directly so that my eye contact improves with them. And yes, this is something all of us have to know, especially children. There is a huge increase in number of the neck pain, back pain, and hip pain cases because of the wrong sitting posture in front of the computer or the TV. This is how any adult or child has to sit. Okay. This is called the figure of 90-90. The upper body and the thigh should be at 90 degree, and the thigh and the leg should be at 90 degree. Again, the arms 90 to 70 degree is the range with a support here. Okay. And the level of the monitor should be at the level of the eye or 10 degrees bent down, not this much. I'm sorry, this is a wrong image. It's only 10 to 15 degrees maximum bent down. Your head can come down. And never ever craning upward like this, like in the movie theater, right? Sometimes you sit in the front row, our eyes go for a sixer, our neck goes for a sixer. Imagine 2 hours of movie, but instead of doing it every day, what happens to your neck and your back? Okay. So this is the way to sit down. And screen time, there is no true real guidelines how long a child should sit in front of a monitor. But actually 40 minutes is the suggested maximum. And being practical, we can stretch it to 60. So unfortunately, in the last 2 years, all our children's eyes have gone for a sixer because hours together they spent on the tube. Okay. In a house, it is a general rule to watch TV or anything only during dinner time, no other time. Okay. In most of the TVs, we have disconnected the cables also. So children get the incidence of migraine, because migraine means some sort of pain in the head. MRI will be normal, CT will be normal, doctor doesn't know anything, patient doesn't know anything, but we have to treat it very frankly. The incidence of migraine, trigeminal neuralgia, and many other conditions, including in teenagers, has gone up during this COVID time. And they need unnecessary interventions like localized nerve blocks, etc., which we have to do. Second thing, the incidence of retina blindness. We all know what the retina is. It's a common word nowadays, where the color, rods, cones is there, the visual imperception is there. Retina blindness is an irreversible blindness. Once it happens, it happens. The incidence has increased, so cut down on the boob time. Okay. If you had seen me talking along with my slide, in between, I used to turn my head away for 10 seconds and then come back. That's because I'm even now practically in this 40 minutes I'm talking to you, I'm just turning my eyes away so that the 3 seconds they get a rest and I come back to it. Or I intentionally, see, I just blink my eye 2-3 times. These are cheating ways so that we can have a longer duration of seeing the computer screen. Okay, right. So do any age, if in case we have to watch screen for a long time, we have to do some eye exercises. Okay, looking at a long object and coming to a near object. Look at a long distance object coming to a near object. Close the eye, squeeze it very tightly for 10 seconds, open it widely, and then again close it. Something like that. Okay. Then fix the head to one position. Look at one end corner. Look at the other end corner like that 5 times and come back. The muscles of the eye realign the position of the eye and take care. Just for fun, life should not be a circle of nonsense. This is a well-renowned bus of Coimbatore. Forget what is written in the words because people make fun. The only bus in Coimbatore which starts from Gandhi Park, ends in Gandhi Park and goes via Gandhi Park. The corporation is an idiot who hasn't changed this concept over 40 years. Ever since my school time, I'm seeing like this. So our children should not become idiots like this. Let us give them the chance to train their mind to think. And that is the purpose of education and any health class like this. This book was written by a doctor, I think from PGI Chandigarh. I'm really not able to remember. Okay. So what happened is this chapter he wrote, once while he was going for rounds, a boy suddenly stood up and slapped him. Everybody was upset. I mean, ward boy, nurses, assistants, everybody was scared. They tried to hold him, but the doctor calmed down, put the boy back down and told, These are the 3 diagnoses this boy is having. And he turned out to be right for number 2. The diagnosis was perfect. So again, the purpose of education is to train the mind to think. You're all teachers, you're all great people who have done wonderful things for a lot of children and shaping their future. I myself am very proud to be trained by a great team of teachers who are now my patients, and I really love when they come to visit me for a consultation. I thank you all for the great jobs you are doing, but yet in this matter of health, for some reason I seem to have a better knowledge, so I'm trying to share my knowledge with you. This slide, if possible, all of you take a screenshot, because there are innumerable medical conditions, but there are some you should not miss in your child. A high-grade fever with chills. If the child is a child who was walking normally earlier but now limping, sudden onset or repeated breathlessness, or the child says, my heart is beating fast. You just take your hand, touch it on the chest if it is truly beating fast. Loss of consciousness, dizziness is okay. I mean, any child with dehydration will go for dizziness, but with loss of orientation. Pain in the neck and the back is okay, but radiating to the leg and hand. Mark my words, radiating to the leg or hand. Sudden onset weakness or any visual impairment. This will be like what you call the Bhagavad Gita transition from me. Please note these few points, around 9 points I think are there. Any child who complains of these things, please show them to a doctor immediately. There is no excuse. And with this, I complete my presentation. I really hope it was useful for you all. So, thank you.
Thank you so much, Dr. Suman. In fact, I was just thinking, I only asked you about how to help the children overcome the mental health, but you have given a complete package. It was like from the physical to the mental well-being. I mean, it was amazing to have you here. And these are small things which, as educators, as parents, as adults, we try to ignore. But when you have brought it down, I think all the teachers and educators who are actually watching this and who will be watching the YouTube later, because it's a Saturday and I know many schools are still open and they're working. We have board exams coming up, so some are still maybe getting back to their homes. But whenever they watch this, they will definitely take a call on what they have ignored and how they can bring back those things in the classroom with the help of the other teachers and the PE instructors, how to get that sound body and sound mind. In fact, it was so nice to hear this. I think I will open the platform for questions and doubts, dear teachers.
Sure, please fire away.
As I think they are thinking, I will ask you something. We talk of this ADHD kind of thing that you have mentioned, but in our childhood, like when in the 80s, when we actually had or we didn't have, we used to be slapped by our parents or teachers and said, "You go and sit there," right? So it's a very changing scenario of how we treat children these days. So what is your take on that today when the child comes back to the classroom? We have children, it's a heterogeneous group. So how do you think teachers can really work on this?
Okay, fine. The first thing is we should not, okay, coming back, I'll go back to our generation. Okay, we're all in the same platform here. We did have ADHD, autism, everything, even during those days, dyslexia. Actually, in one of my slides, I wrote the words, my experience with my friend from Wales. I wrote, but I forgot to talk about it. There is one doctor, he's an Indian origin. Okay, he is the head of the department and the director of the NHS Wales in UK. All right. During childhood, he was dyslexic. Every day he used to be beaten by cane for writing wrong things from the board. Actually, he was always a genius. He will win all quizzes, but anything he has to copy, he used to make a mistake. So all these problems have always been there. The only thing is medical science has advanced and we are picking it up now. What we used to call a stupid boy in school is now a autistic spectrum child, right? Autism is a disease which from age of 10 to to 25, they recover over a period of time. Am I right? I'm sure all of you know that fact. So all those idiot boys probably of a generation were probably a little bit autistic, but they have recovered. But now we know the means how to take care of them. The first thing is, even in Coimbatore, most of the schools have started becoming inclusive schools. Inclusive in the sense, I think on a ratio of 1:20, they take one special child versus 20 children. I hope my number is correct. You're all teachers, you know better than me. Okay. The point is, these children should not be isolated or pointed. If somebody in the class, hey, that fellow, you can tell, no, no, no. Yesterday he answered me that question well. He told well. Or if somebody jumps up with a tantrum, you can tell, oh no, you're tired. Okay, you relax. Immediately that ADHD child will calm down. Never keep them in the middle of a class because they will get scared when they're surrounded by other people. Okay, they have to be pushed in one corner, but not in the back corner, somewhere in the first or second row where you can keep an eye on them. ADHD children, like I said, they are in an excited mode, right? A simple smile by the teacher, because the teacher already knows what he is, right? A simple smile occasionally during class will just calm them down. This was told by my friend and also one of my cousins. They are both special educators, one in Bangalore and one in Coimbatore. Okay, that's the methods they follow. So it's not really difficult managing all these people. Number two, you're partly right. The incidence has increased because of what you call too many artificial foods, the preservatives in different kind of foods, right? All the tinned food, etc. It has proven they are all causing all this brain maldevelopment. But that we cannot do. We are in a junk food world. Junk food world. I'm sorry.
Yes, exactly. I think we as teachers should take a call on this. How we can create healthy eating in the classroom. How we can create healthy eating in the school, like you very rightly said. So thank you so much for that. And anybody else who would like to ask a question, please. Yeah, I think we have a question by Akshata Jain. She says, my daughter had a knocked knee, and we as parents and family were not aware till the age of 3. But as they realized it, immediately treatment was done with vitamin D deficiency. She's fine. So it's a request to all teachers and parents as well that we have. Okay, it's a suggestion. Yes, thank you so much, Akshita ma'am, for that.
Yeah, others, if they want to ask direct questions, just raise your hand, that virtual one. We will unmute you from our end.
Yeah, I think if you
can ask
remove this slide, if you can just remove the slide, maybe you can see everybody in the gallery.
You mean you want me to reopen the slides, right?
No. I'm asking Dr. Sreesan to, you can
No,
just.
those who want to ask question, either they can type it or they can, their virtual hand, we can unmute from our end. That's what I said.
Okay.
Anybody?
Wow, either I cleared all doubts or I put everyone to sleep. I don't know where I'm standing now.
There are doubts are with two kinds of people. One who knows everything and one who knows nothing.
Lots of Anupama ma'am, please make a co-host. Anupama ma'am said.
Somebody has asked, Uma Parvati. I have done my inclusive education from Spastic Society of Canada based on the course. Can you suggest me any other courses for its improvement? Oh, sorry, I really don't know. I'll just find out and tell you. I have no idea. One thing I know, all the special kids, Bombay has a lot of centers, not even Delhi. There are some teachers who offer, special educators who offer courses for this in Bombay. That alone I know. That's the highest in the country, not in the south. Okay. And this is one question from Akshat. Okay, that we saw. Anything else? Oh wow, everybody's happy. Thank you.
15 minutes time, we can use it for question answers. Anything. If they ask questions only, then doctor can answer you. The specific questions can be asked.
Yes, I can see this. In spite of students being asked to develop good eating habits, the parents do send junk food. Yes, like I said, You know what they do in my daughter's school? They throw away the food, give her something, and bill it to the parents. I don't know whether you can do it in your school, but I have paid the bill, so I know the pain of having paid it. So,
During one of the days, online days, we had started something called as
1 second. Sandy ma'am, Anupama ma'am is saying something. Yeah, Anupama ma'am.
Yeah, actually, yes, sir. Can I ask?
Yeah, please.
please.
Hello.
Yeah, ma'am.
Actually,
Go
sir,
ahead, go ahead.
how stress or deficiency of vitamin D because they think now
Yeah,
this disease
Anupama ma'am.
deficiency of vitamin can only happen. Yes, sir. Am I audible, sir?
No, madam.
There's some issue with your audio, ma'am. I believe that she is asking about the deficiency of vitamin C. Deficiency of vitamin
Vitamin D, sir. D.
D.
Sir,
Okay, D.
The sunlight, okay.
Vitamin D.
Sunlight vitamin.
actually.
Yeah. Okay, fine. So,
Yes, sir. Actually, because this is there, but not ready to accept this because they think that.
okay. I am not able to understand the
Serious
question,
network
but
issues.
anyway, there's something I want to tell about vitamin D, which I hope will answer the question. Okay, we all think vitamin D is only for bone strength, which is not true. Vitamin D is needed for immunity, poor epithelialization of the skin. You know, the skin growing well. Okay, immunity factor and brain development and those kind of things. Okay, that is the first point. Number two, vitamin D is not available in any food. If it is available, it is in meager quantities. Meager is the word. The 95% of our vitamin D is synthesized only from the skin through sunlight exposure. Okay, and this question always comes even from teachers or bankers and everybody. Which time sunlight to get exposed? Am I right? I'm sure you all, yeah, I can see all the nodding of heads. Okay, good, fine. So the best time is 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. It is true for the tropics, 10 o'clock to 1 o'clock. But unfortunately, all of us will be working, right? So the second best exposure is between 6:30 to 7:30 in the morning. Third best is in the evening. Okay, and roughly in the tropics, 20 to 40 minutes of sunlight exposure is enough. Doesn't matter whether you're a child or adult. 20 to 40 minutes daytime exposure is usually sufficient, except in some special cases, even that is not sufficient. Okay, and if vitamin D is deficient, adults will get osteoporosis, children will get the bending of legs, protrusion of the chest, okay, and waddling gait of the hips and things like that. It is a totally correctable condition in the early stages before the deformity develops. I just hope I covered everything, madam. Almost like a short note I have given you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Yeah.
A lot of questions there in the chat box, Sandy ma'am.
Yeah, there is.
Please repeat the timing of exposure. The first time 10 to 1.
10 to 1, 6:30, 7:30 and evenings. And there's one more thing. People have IT professionals. I mean, I know this is out of the school child topic, but I'll just tell you, people have a wrong notion. Sitting next to the window exposed to sunlight, you won't get vitamin D. The ultraviolet B rays are filtered by the glass. You need exposure directly on the skin outside. Please note that point. This is for adults also. Okay.
Sir, one more actually.
Ma'am, Anupama ma'am.
This question.
Anupama ma'am.
There any connection? Yes, sir.
Anupama ma'am. Ma'am,
Is there any
serious issue with the network, ma'am? Ma'am, can you put that in the chat, ma'am? Please, there's some issue with your audio.
Yes, sir. I'm doing that.
Okay.
I will do it, sir.
Yeah, please. There is a question actually. My son has white spots in his hands.
I saw that. Yeah. Is it due to any kind of food? I'm really sorry. I don't know. I'm not a dermatologist, number one. And number two, we have to see what is the nature of white spots. Some white spots are congenital, small, nothing we can do as a part of albinism spectrum. Okay. Some white spots are due to deficiency. and some are due to allergy. This is the common answer. Okay. For example, sanitizer allergies, I have seen scaling of skin, or I have also seen white spots on the skin. Okay. In fact, there was some, I don't know about the rest of the country. In Coimbatore, they tried to make something called sanitizer tunnels. This was during 2020. You know, to go to the market, they'll make a tunnel where the spray will be coming. Some corporation, some idiot in the corporation made the system. So many allergy cases with white spots on the face, neck, etc. came up. That's why we know it can happen. Okay. So not only sanitizer, any other allergen also can cause the white spots. Okay. So better visit a dermatologist to know the answer. But these are the 3 reasons. Okay.
Yeah. I think is a question. Deficiency
Vitamin
in
D,
vitamin
depression.
D.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
I told it's for brain development. It is needed. Definitely depression and low development, low firing of the neurons. Not only vitamin B12, vitamin D also has a factor. She's correct. There is a relation.
I think depression is one area I think equal children and educators are facing during the. I mean, in fact, the whole adults, the whole group, most of them during the pandemic, there have been a high increase in the depression levels of people. What is your take on that, doctor? How do you think that we can, restore our sanity?
Okay. Okay. The only answer to restoring sanity is to get your emotional health and financial health back in place. Okay. Especially the emotional health, I'll tell you an answer for that. I forgot the name of the island. I'm sure you can Google it. There is a book called Ichigo Ichiga. It's a Japanese book. So anybody who has read it will know the answer to this. Okay. There is one island in Japan where the average life expectancy is 107 years. One island.
Eat lot of fish.
Sorry?
It's about a fish diet and all, something related
No,
with that.
not fish diet, not fish diet. The reason is because of the socialization. They lend a shoulder to anybody who's upset, help them, whether it is business or family or anything, and they take care of each other. That is the emotional quotient. You know, there are 2 quotients, right? Intelligent quotient and emotional quotient. They know how to take care of the emotional quotient, so they know how to live long. So the answer to depression is, I told you, right? Man is not an island by himself. We have to support each other, right? Okay, I'll give you one secret answer also. I put up my professor's photo, right? Dr. Nandakishore Lad, Mumbai Breach Candy Hospital. Any Mumbaikar will know he's a famous figure in Mumbai circles. He and his son-in-law Harish Bende are orthopedic surgeons. If they encounter a difficult case, either before surgery or after surgery, you know what they will do? They'll call the other to the room and together they'll see the patient. Sharing the burden. Okay, sorry. They're just sharing the burden of a tough case between them. So 2 heads are better than 1. Try to share your burdens and problems. I'm sure depression will go to an end. I hope my answer is
Thank
fair.
you so much. Yes, exactly. Very true. Because care and share is something which is the motto which goes around. But sadly, it doesn't happen quite often. There are a lot of circumstances where this doesn't work out for many alike. But I think you're getting a lot of consultancy here because they are asking you a lot of
Also
questions.
beauty related things. This is that we better dermatologist is the right person. Let us come back to the child related issues, please. This is not a online consultation, beauty consultation or anything. Something related with the kids, those who are coming after 2 years to our school.
One thing I'll answer. Is to prove that thyroid patient needs more calcium. Thyroid patients may perhaps need more calcium, vitamin D and supplements because of the reduced metabolism and altered metabolism. That I accepted. That is for both hypothyroidism or hyper, both, for both conditions. That answer is given. Okay. Ikigai close-knit group. Yeah, I think that's the meaning. One Mrs. Christina Takachan has written. Yeah. That's a book, right? Ichigo Ichiga, where Ikigai is come. Correct. Same one.
Thank you, Christina, ma'am.
Yeah.
I think we can, focus ourselves to classroom and school scenario and talk of things. If you have encountered some issues after the pandemic, or maybe something that you have done, maybe you can share that in this platform. How you have restored the, mental wellness of the children or the teachers. We can just, I think, focus on that if possible. Okay, this thyroid thing has now triggered everybody.
Again, somebody wants to know about tanning. Oh no, not me. Yes, and Mrs. Christina has answered. The village is Okinawa in Japan. She's given the answer. Okay. One question I get again is, can children lift weights? The answer is yes. They can lift weights. Because some people are scared if they lift weights, their legs and arms gets bent and things like that. It is a misconception. Please, they are also eligible to lift weights, biceps, triceps and things like that. It's absolutely allowed. Okay. Of course, with the limits. Everything has a limit, right?
It was very interesting that you brought in memory games and chess, to restore the entire atmosphere of the classroom. Because I think when teachers start class with activities or convert their classes doing a lot of activities, I think children get interested, and I think that monotony, the boredom reduces, and I think that will get the children on spot in the class. Like you said, we have had cases where children, when they come back, they are not interested to share the space with other children because 2 years they have been in a very confined four walls. So it's a common thing. I think I have been discussing with few of my friends also, and also in my school. Sadly, we have kids who do not like to share their space. So how do you think teachers can actually tackle that? When you have children, 25 to 30 children in a classroom, um, how do you tackle the child who is in the room but he does not like somebody invading his space?
How to get them to interact is only with group games, group activity, group quizzes. Anything with the group, they have to rely on each other. They'll start talking and interacting. That's the only way we can get it done. Right?
Right, because I see this child is definitely attends all the PE classes in my school. So whenever there is a PE class, I find this child, and also we don't stop him. So he comes out from his classroom and attends all the PE sessions. So he's very interested to do the physical activity, but he's not interested to sit in the room and study. So we have left him free for some time so that he understands and comes back to the classroom, understands the discipline of getting into the classroom. So I just generally wanted to find out, like, how it is.
Ma'am, I'm sorry, I didn't understand. Discipline? Can you come against? There was a
No,
little echo. There was a little echo actually. Can you repeat?
okay, no, I just generally wanted to find out, like, how we can bring the child back to the class and get him into this discipline of classroom learning and
Classroom. Okay.
yeah.
That's a
Because,
toughie.
yes,
It's
because
like making
we
a
are
it's like making a child come into my doctor consultation clinic.
because there are children who are not interested to sit in the class after this pandemic. There have been cases they are not interested to take out their books or write. I think many, or the teachers who are here will, um, accept this fact that they are also having a very tough time in the classroom.
Okay. But I was answering always about maintaining eye contact, etc. One paradoxical answer I'll give you, which I think is missing in the schools nowadays. I know you're having the real problems. Discipline, strictness. I think one loud word maybe may make a difference. No, you have to be there. I think that makes a difference sometimes, because the same child, I told, right? If you want a goat to behave, you milk it. If you want a parrot to behave, you teach it to sing, right? So if I have to get a child into my consulting room, I'll try to cajole them, etc. Or one word, get inside. That's it. They'll be there. Next 5 minutes, he'll cooperate with me for everything. Okay.
Hopefully,
Maybe
we'll try
perhaps,
that.
I think perhaps we have to be strict sometimes. There's no option. Around few weeks back, I don't remember, in the local FM channel, one of these RJs was telling, we have to be friendly with our children, like a friend, she was telling. And somebody called and said, you are wrong. If they want a friend, let them go to a friend. As a parent, I'll be strict with them.
Yeah, the
I think
famous
that's partly,
thing.
I think they're partly correct. You can't think you have to be friendly to your children all the time. I don't think it's the right attitude. So they'll take
Spare
it
the
for a while.
rod and spoil the child. That's the famous
They'll become a
saying.
spoil. Exactly. I think we need to be strict with them sometimes, right? Shalini madam, I hope you remember when I came to your school to give a talk, one boy, I said, hey, are you looking at me or not? I asked him. Then I smiled at him because he got scared for a second. So that loud word will make a difference sometimes. So
Yeah, of course, voice, intonation, and the change of this how you the body language and how you approach the children makes a lot of difference in the classroom. So I think there are no more questions
Yes,
here.
o'clock. We
So
can start.
yeah, thank you
Doctor,
so much,
please bear
Dr.
another
Suman.
15 minutes more. I was requesting Dr. to, hold the 15 minutes. It's again related with our topic. Samya ma'am, you can start, I believe.
Yeah, we have introduced this wellness and so 15 minutes over to Soumya ma'am.
Thank you so much, and thank you, Dr. Suman. It was an eye-opening session. Actually, I would like to share something like instead of all of us blaming the parents about the eating habits, let's go inward. How many of us are eating healthy? So that is what we have to see, like how many of us are having the right amount of fruits, right amount of nuts and dry fruits, or the right amount of veggies in our lunch and dinner. How many of us have the early dinner and give a gap to our stomach? So we have to do, instead of telling the parents, like I did something in school when I was a third standard teacher. I would sit with the children with my snack box open, and I would tell them, see today what I brought. So I would show them, hey, I have fruits, I have my nuts. So we all sit together and eat. So the children naturally, they love to see what the teacher eat. But we tend to move away. We love to eat with our group of teachers, but the children actually love to sit with us and eat. So if we sit with the children and eat, and like if we tell, hey, tomorrow can we love to have follow dress code, party code and all. Why can't we follow a food code? So we can tell the children, yeah, hey, come on, tomorrow shall we all bring fruits and nuts? Like we all will do it together. So we don't have to tell the parents. If we tell the children would naturally go and convey the message to the parents. Like even for the lunch, I'll open my lunch box and show, see, I have one box of rice, and see this, I have another box full of vegetables, and I would bring 2 vegetables. So I would show, see, I have 2 vegetables. So how many of us, we ourselves are very choosy. Some won't eat beetroot, some won't eat a specific vegetable. Like we are very choosy. Like so, but if we start showing them what we bring, so the children actually, they're very good imitators, and they treat us as role models, so they would naturally follow it. So this is a tried and tested formula which I have done, and my children have actually followed it. So I want to share that today because the topic prompted me to tell that. So okay, come on, let's start our day. I know we have all been sitting, and today we are going to do some shoulder opening exercises. So as teachers and as human beings, know a lot of tension we tend to store and stack on our shoulders. So if we release the tension, it helps the overall wellness. So let's start it. So the neck and the shoulder part are so important for us. We as teachers, we use a lot of this. So let's start. So we'll start with the neck. Okay, so you just follow. Dr. Srishan, can you spotlight me? And I want all the videos to be on. Only then I can see whether you are doing or what. Yeah, okay. Take your left hand and just place it on the opposite side of your head, and just stretch it. Along with that, you touch your shoulder, keep it on the shoulder and pull it down. So you can feel a stretch here. You can feel a stretch here, a nice stretch. Just breathe. You can feel the stretch here because you're pulling it opposite, this head, this side, and the shoulders down. This you have to practice daily. Then the opposite side. Take your right hand, Place it on the left side of the head and place your hands on the shoulders and just pull it. Just stretch it. You will feel a nice stretch in this area. Very good stretch in this area. Breathe. Now release. Take out the hands. Now just look at the side, opposite side. Just turn it so that you can feel a stretch here to your right. Don't tighten your shoulders, only you're moving your neck. I'm doing today everything just three times so that I'll just show you the stretches. You can do it on your own. So I'm just doing 3 times. Up, down, up, down. Now shoulder shrugs. Shrug your shoulder. This you can do it standing or sitting, anywhere you can do. Even in your office or even in your school time, you can do it together with your children as an energizer. Shoulder shrugs. Hope all the videos are on. Now, place your hands on your shoulders, touching the elbows. We are going to do rotation. Rotate. When you go back, you have to extend your shoulder blades. You can see that shoulder blades extending like this, okay? Elbows close, open, elbows close, open. These are all simple exercises. You can switch on your video and do it, nothing wrong. Now, opposite direction. And all of us can add on a smile. There's nothing wrong in smiling. It's actually, you continue doing, it's actually muscles of this area, no? You're giving exercise to your muscles here when you smile. Now, I'll stand and do it. But you can sit or whatever it is comfortable for you, okay? Take your right hand and cross it. Now with your left hand, this elbow position, like touch your elbow and pull it closer to your body. You're pulling it closer to your body. And you just slide your hand this way, slide it, slide it, slide it. Slowly slide it. You can feel a nice stretch on your shoulders. You can feel a nice stretch on your shoulders. Release. The same way, cross your left arm. Okay. Now take the other hand. Place it on your elbow. Place it and pull it closer to your body.
Yeah.
For a nicer stretch, you can tilt your head to the opposite.
Yeah, I will come down. Now I am doing it session. I will come down.
When your hand is this side onto your right, your head should be opposite. So you will feel a better stretch. And you just slide it. Slide it so that you get a good stretch. And you release. Now, there is a variation for this. You can keep your right hand on the left shoulders at the back, touch your back, and with your palm, push your elbows, just push your elbows. So that is a variation of what I showed. Placing the hand here, okay, and you're pushing it. Release. slowly. Everything has to be done slow. There is no hurry. You can't do all these things in a hurry. Then take the left hand, place it, then on the elbow. You are just keeping your palm on the elbow and pushing it close to your body. So this way you can feel a stretch. Slowly release and slowly release. Now just rotate your shoulders. Am I audible? Srishan doctor, am I audible? Rotate. Now do some loosening up. Loosen because you have done your shoulders, right? Little bit loosen. Now what you have to do is clasp your fingers, interlock it and extend to front, extend. Just stretch it well, extend. And you pull. So that you open up your chest muscles, pull it. Now again clasp and as if you are pushing the wall. You can even have hand like this, as if you are pushing the wall. Okay, you can either clasp it and do it like this or pushing and pull. So you are pushing. When you push, you can just round your back and pull. You just expand. Push, pull, push, pull, push, pull. Now take open up your arms, fist closed. You close it, open, close, open wide, and it should be shoulder height. It should be shoulder height. Your arms should be shoulder height. You cannot do like this. Shoulder. Like how you do in the gym, right? You pull the equipment, how you do the gym. Without gym, we can do it. So you can feel your shoulder blades just expanding. You can feel it. Now, attach your arms to your body till your elbows. You're not moving your elbows. You're not going to move your elbows. Close, open. See, open without moving your. I'm not doing this. My arms are attached. Open, close, open, close, open, close, open, close. Now I'm going to show you something sitting. See here, right hand, with the right hand, your palms, your legs, your foot should be firmly rested on the floor. Okay, your right hand, with your right hand, you try to touch the floor. If you can't, it's okay, fine. Till here also it's fine. It's up your comfort level. That's what, for everything, you have to see your comfort level. Stretches are not like comparison. You can't, oh, I saw in the YouTube video that girl is doing so well. No, it's our own body will tell us how much we can stretch. We have to listen to our own body. So take your hand, touch it, and you raise this other hand up and look up. See, your chest should expand. You cannot do like this. Little bit expand your chest. You're opening your chest and look up. So you get your support in the hand which is down. You're touching the floor, right? And you're opening. Slowly bring it. Then the other hand, touch the floor, okay, and raise your arm, and you are looking up. Open the shoulder portion, you are opening it, and you are looking up. Slowly up. Just shrug. Tap your shoulders. Very good. You have done a good job. Just massage your arms. At times we have to thank our body parts, right? So much work they're doing. Please give a good massage and pamper your own parts, your shoulders. Just give a good massage. There are a lot more exercises, but maybe I'll continue in the next class with some other shoulder exercises. So let's do a movement incorporating all these exercises. So now we have learned the exercise. With this, we are going to just play a music and do it. That's it. Pardon me, I have to share the computer sound. Yeah, have some space for you to move. I think all have to get up now. Remove your chairs. You all have to stand up and move with me. Is it audible, Srishan sir?
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Okay, fine. Hope you all did with me. I couldn't see you. Hope you all have done with me. Okay, take a breath. See, all these are exercises which we have done now. I've just put it in a song. That's all. So this song, even you can play it in your classroom. Give a movement break for the children. Children love moving. They're natural movers, you know. So have a movement break so you can just have, okay, see, I did all these movements which are good for shoulders. All these only we had it in the dance. So it's just exercise. You're doing exercise in a fun way. You're doing it in the class with your children. There will be a group energy. The children would naturally feel, see, you're aligning your body, mind through the exercises, through the dance, through the movement. So this will be so effective for the children as well as us. We also have inner child. We are also children, right? At times you also need fun. So it will be fun as well as learning. So in between the class, okay, come on, play the music. Let's all do a gala dance time. And you all can do it. So, okay, now take a deep breath. Join your palm. Take a deep breath. Down. Breathe in. Breathe out. Open your palm and look at your palm. My body is healthy and my mind is peaceful. I am important. I am worthy of great things. I am lovable. The time is now. I am strong and I can do it. So I'm wishing everybody to do wonders in the class, to make the children's lives happy, to make them a healthy person more than academics, to make the children healthy emotionally, mentally, physically, to concentrate on the wellness. So thanks a lot. Thank you so much. And one thing I would like to add, like I'm doing a course here about remedial teaching. It's proven that the children really benefit so much with exercises and wonder exercises, brain gym. So all these are so important. Like I would actually request all the teachers to revive the drill in the assembly. Our assemblies are now packed with GK, science facts, that thing, this thing. All inputs for brain, and we make the children sit in the assembly half an hour, keep on listening. So when we were all children, we every day we used to have the drill. We had a assembly. Now I think the drill culture is completely gone, and the PT periods in higher classes are all cut. So let's consciously revive all those things, all the traditional games. All these are really important, which our generation, current generation children are missing. So I wish you all good luck. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Soumya. That was amazing to see you. I could see, most of them dancing. Sita Lakshmi ma'am was there, and I mean, both of them were dancing. I think these are good breaks for children. We need to encourage this in the classroom because, as we said, for a complete wellness, health as well as mind has to work together. This is a wonderful session. Thank you, Dr. Suman, for being here. I'm sorry that you had to leave because we had a lot of patients lined up. So, hope everybody had a wonderful takeaways from this session. And CEIR will definitely bring many more. It's not only just academics, but it's just all-round holistic development of the child as well as the teacher. So thank you so much for joining, and have a great weekend. Thank you. Vande Guru.
Vande Gurum to you all. Thank you.